Even if you're the picture of health, chances are you're walking around with a cocktail of harmful chemicals in your bloodstream. So what can you do to minimize the amount that gets into your system? CTV's Mi-Jung Lee now with the toxic truth.
And just take a deep breath.
It was a wake-up call. Out of 69 toxins tested, I have 47. We don't know for sure if these trace amounts will cause health problems for me, but since children are more vulnerable to these toxins, why not play it safe? There are simple ways to reduce your exposure. Aaron Freeman of Environmental Defense gave me some tips.
Like when I microwave something, I put this plastic cover on. Good, bad?
Chemicals migrate from the container into the food, so it's generally not a good idea to put plastics in the microwave.
And what about plastics in the dishwasher?
Similar problem. You've got very hot water that's coming into contact with the plastics, and it increases the rate at which the chemicals go from the plastics into our environment and into food and so on.
What about things like soap?
This is a soap that contains a chemical called triclosan. And triclosan was initially developed as a pesticide, in fact. And it's not used in pesticides very much, but it is used as an antibacterial agent in soaps.
There's also the problem of dust. Turns out Mom was right.
I try to keep my house clean of dust. So dust is, we're learning, is maybe one of the major routes by which we're exposed to these chemicals.
This environmentalist is doing a different kind of cleanse. She started making her own beauty products.
There are no extra preservatives, there's no colors, no dyes, no synthetic fragrances that are petroleum-based.
She makes a peppermint shampoo that has 4 ingredients rather than the long list of chemicals on the back of store-bought shampoos. And the government is taking a closer look at the toxic makeup of Canadians. Right now, Ottawa is testing 5,000 randomly selected Canadians on their health and contamination levels. It's a study that could play a huge role in changing laws around what's polluting us. A similar study in the U.S. gave the first evidence that Americans had too much lead in their blood. It pushed the government to phase out the use of lead in gasoline. And in Canada, we could soon see a ban on phthalates in cosmetics and toys like the one they have in Europe. BC MP Nathan Cullen's private member's bill banning these chemicals is now before the Senate. It's a battle that took him more than 2 years.
We have to push governments to make those decisions and reduce the risk to the public that's posed by these chemicals.
Now, Mi-Jung, I know you did speak to industry. What are they saying about this? What's their reaction to
Pamela,
this?
the plastics industry says there's no evidence that their products pose a risk. Officials say we're being duped by junk science and that you'd have to basically eat a vinyl shower curtain before it would do any serious damage. As for that looming ban on phthalates, the industry reps say if certain chemicals are banned, companies would have to rigorously test other materials, and that could drive up the price of products.
Are we going to see more chemicals being banned?
Well, you know, right now the government has given industry a list of 200 priority chemicals. Ottawa is saying to industry, prove that they're safe. If you can't, we're going to regulate them. Now, if you want to see how environmentalists are rating the safety of your products, or you want to learn about getting tested, go to our website, ctvbc.ca, and click on The Toxic Truth.
Thanks, Mi-Jung.